Hello and welcome to GrandMA tutorials. When we left you last, we had the same amount of fixtures we had now. They were in slightly different position and there was no drum kit. For this video we're going to, well I'm going to, teach you how to create scenes, run those scenes, and maybe a little bit else depending on how we go for time. So as you can see, I've slightly rearranged the fixtures. Instead of the 5 250s being in a line, they're now 4 on the floor, not in a line properly. I'll fix it up now. And their third one is up in the sky. And we now have a drum kit. And I've also moved the two generics a little higher so that they actually cover the drum kit, because where they were before was basically where his head was, so it wouldn't be very useful for this video. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a scene and we're going to see how it looks. So we'll run the rendering down a bit, we'll bring the color down a bit. MA3D loves to change settings on me, I swear. Alright, so we'll select our 250s, we'll turn them on, and we'll pan, tilt them around, and we'll discover that they go the other way to the one in the roof because it's upside down. So the first thing we'll do is we'll fix that. So that's very easy. All you've got to do is a pan, tilt, swap, and you can either do that on the actual fixture, if it's a real fixture obviously, not a rendered one, or you can do it on the desk, which is incredibly helpful if you've put it already up in the rig and you've forgotten to do this, or someone's left it on and you can't get to all 5 of the lights. It's very simple. You go full access, you locate the one that you can see there. So there's a little 3D rendering. It pulls the information of positions from MA3D. So if you were just running a generic show, all the lights would be still sitting on top of each other. But thankfully we have the capacity to look and see, and we can see that that light is highlighted. So all we do is we go function and we right click on pan and tilt swap and invert them. We go save. And now we'll see that they go the right way. Sort of. They do go the right way, but obviously because the light's a lot higher, little minute changes make a lot more difference. Don't know why I use 250s, because it's not going to light up the person well enough. And they have no zoom function. But anyway, we'll go in with 250s. Alright, so let's record our first scene. The way that MA does scenes and stuff is via an encoder. So we'll set up our first scene. We'll imagine it's like a pre-show thing. So we'll grab our 250s, all except for the one on the roof, which is that one, and we'll focus them around to point maybe down towards the drum kit. Now one trick you can do is you can, if you've got a group selected, you can use the align function to bring some fixtures one way, or you can bring them into the center. I'm just going to do the left two manually, and it's going to be a bit of a bitch for me. We might do this individually, it's easier. So I've grabbed the first one, which is the back one. As you can see, it's highlighted in MA, and we'll rotate it around. This is why having a real desk makes a difference, because you have a lovely big trackball. Some people actually buy mice, old trackball mice, so they find them. I don't know whether you can actually still buy them to so that they can have proper control. You can actually buy them still, they're just damn expensive. This is not going to be level whatsoever, but it's just a demo, and it's hard to do in a rendering. MA3D I would never advise using for a proper show. I don't think the quality is good enough. But there we go, we have 4, and we'll set colours. So we'll use smart to set colours. We'll go pink and blue, and we'll go pink. We'll go green for that one, blue for that, and then a lovely red. There we go. We can see that we're lighting it up in very tasteless colours and we haven't got his head properly. So we'll add 2 channels, we'll run them, lights up a lot of space, probably should have focused those better. We'll light it up like that, and once that's done we click store, we click executor, and we click number 1. And if we click on the queue list, we find that there's one queue with a go command. So once that's done, you can either continue to program or you can create a completely new scene. So what we'll do is we'll set it up as if it's the beginning of the show and we'll add fade times and that kind of cool crap. So we'll send these to 100 and we'll grab all our fixtures at full, and that'll get rid of the colours. Send them up. Grab the third. Where's that gone? Where's that pointing? There we are. And put it at his head. Yep. And then grab our other 4 250s and we'll add a gobo for the fun of it. You really need to play around with MA a bit to get used to it and do what you want. I would advise creating your own demo show. There is a website, renderproject.net, which is one of my old sites which has a bunch of old show files. I will upload some more, might even upload this show. And that's basically got some files you can download, play with, already set up shows. They are a bit old and they're a bit dodgy rendering quality, but they should be enough, and they'll come with a 3D file too. So, we'll colour these two, I think. I'll make them purple. So there you go. We've created colours, and we'll save that as a scene. So we click store, and we click on the same queue list, and it gives us options to either overwrite, so it means create one command, merge, which would merge the 2 scenes together, remove, release, or create a second queue. We want to create a second queue, so we click create second queue. So now if we clear, and we click on the go button, we see it does our intro scene, and if we click again it does our second scene. Now if we want to add timings or something, we can also use the go button. If we've got that sequence selected, we can also use a go button, go between it, or the pause button. So the next thing we'll do is we'll click on the list of queues and we'll make them follow on queues. So I'm clicking, right clicking, going follow. So once it's clicked once, it'll just continuously run, and we'll make a 10-second fade time. Make it 10-second fade time. And then if we click go, and we watch our queue list, we see that it's slowly going between the 2. Don't know how it's going to do. Yeah, it's going to do really ugly gobo changes at some point. It's a really fugly way of doing things, but anyway, proves the point. So that's creating a scene in GrandMA 1. The next lesson will hopefully cover different types of fixtures, uniting colour palettes, and hopefully a larger rig. This might be the last time you see a demo rig. I might break out one of my other shows and just go from there, because I've got a couple of shows built up. And once we've mastered the basics of MA1, we might move on to MA2, and MA2 is just a royal pain in the ass. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you soon.